Hey there, how are you? Today I have 3 savory soups to share with you. I will have the recipes linked below. I hope you enjoy this. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and tap on the bell so you don't miss any videos. The first soup that I'm going to share with you is taco soup. This was given to me by a patient many years ago. Her name was Doris. So what you need is a pound of beef, a large onion chopped, 3 cans of kidney beans, black beans, pinto beans, not drained, kernel corn, tomatoes, tomato sauce, green chilies or jalapenos, taco mix, ranch dressing, and chicken broth. For my tomatoes, I actually used some that had green chilies in them, so I didn't use a can of green chilies. And then for my ranch dressing, I didn't have an actual packet of ranch dressing. I had like the mix in a jar, so I wasn't completely sure of how much to use. I believe I used about 4 tablespoons and it was just fine. For my taco seasoning mix, I make my own taco seasoning and I use about 1/3 of a cup of that. Of course, you can make your own or you can buy just the seasoning packet and use that as well. So this is pretty much a dump and go recipe. You start out by sauteing your onions and then put your hamburger meat in there, brown that a little bit. You stir in the rest of the ingredients. Once you have it boiling, then you're going to turn the heat down low and let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. This was very good. The kids loved it. I actually had enough left over to send some in Amelia's lunch the next day, and she really enjoyed having that for lunch. I served this with a few slices of avocado on the top and some cilantro and just a few tortilla chips on the side. The next soup is kielbasa bean soup. You can do this in a crock pot as well. I just chose to use the Dutch oven. I really enjoy using my Dutch oven whenever I'm making soups. So what I'm doing first is just chopping up all of the veggies, the onions, celery, and carrots. And why I didn't use my little fancy chopper, I don't know, but sometimes it's just relaxing to get in there with a cutting board and a good knife and chop up all the veggies. Once you have everything chopped up, you're just going to add everything to your Dutch oven, mix it up really good. You're going to bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for about 15-20 minutes again. If you use a crock pot, you would do pretty much the same thing. Mix all of your ingredients except the can of tomatoes, and you would cook on low for about 6 hours or until the beans are tender. And then near the end, you would stir in your can of tomatoes until those are heated through. I believe this recipe was from Weight Watchers because on my recipe card it says 3 points, and I used to do Weight Watchers a long time ago, so I believe that's where this recipe came from. Last but not least is cheesy potato soup. I love potato soup. I like to eat this whenever we have a cold front, which we were having a cold front on this evening. Wasn't a huge cold front. It was only like 72 degrees at 7 o'clock at night. But anyways, this is a really good soup. If you have somebody that's sick in your home and they're just not feeling well, this is one of those soups that will just warm you up from the inside out. So in my Dutch oven, I heated up some olive oil and added in my onions to let those saute a little bit. and then added my carrots in, some salt and pepper, dry mustard. Just gonna give that a good stir. And now I'm adding in my potatoes. I used probably about 1.5 to 2 pounds of potatoes, and I used my fancy little chopper to chop those. It's so easy to chop them using that. Now I'm going to add in some vegetable stock. And some heavy whipping cream. Really makes it creamy and oh so delicious. So I'm just going to mix everything up really good. I'm going to put the lid on, bring it to a boil, and then I will let it simmer for about 20-25 minutes until your potatoes are tender. And then I'm going to use my immersion blender and just kind of blend it all up really good. I actually used it a little too much. I do like my potato soup to have a little bit of chunks of potatoes, but I kind of used it a little too much, and it was just pretty much soup, but it was still very, very tasty. Now I'm adding in my cheddar cheese. We love our cheese and we love cheesy potatoes, so I don't really measure on this. I just grab it by the handfuls. You're gonna mix that all together until it's melted. And I served it with a grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, so delicious, very savory. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you try any of these recipes, let me know. You can tag me over on Instagram or just comment down below, and I will see you in the next one.